folks, and welcome back to Mindustry. We're here on our final sector of this planet, which is Origin. We went over the last couple episodes. We started all right, and then we got beat pretty terribly last time out. But that's okay. I'm back from vacation. I'm gonna fight through this one because it's gonna be a short video, I think, because I am fighting jet lag hardcore. I was in Croatia and Slovenia, and it was wonderful, and I'm very tired. Let's go ahead and launch this in here and see what we can do. I have to remember my plan of attack that we had for this, and all of that fun. But just give us a moment here, and we'll see what pops up. All right. So, we know we have a problem over here that we need to deal with, and apparently we did not do so already, so we got to do that. I didn't realize that I built this area out at all. I thought that was already existing. Cool. All right. So we have 10 minutes until enemy units start. We know there's a base up here, and we're going to build some flying units to try to attack that. We know there's a base over here, probably flying units or mechs there, and then there's something over there, but we don't really know what that is at all yet. But I really want to focus on knocking out the bad guys as quickly as humanly possible. It's going to make our lives so significantly easier if we can do that. So that's going to be the game plan here for right now, and we'll figure out what all that means for us longer term as we get into this. All right, so to get started with here, the question is, do I want to, unit-wise, do I want to build these guys, the ship refabricators with the averts, or just eludes? I think I want to go with the avert more than the eludes. It's just that I need to get tungsten set up. And then these guys don't require really much anything. Graphite and silicon. Okay. So we have our silicon production facility there. I would like to bump that up a little bit if possible, but we're going to put one there, and then we'll put our ship refabricator right there. And then we'll figure out what's going on with all of that stuff in due time. Over here, we need to attach some power, or create some power, my bad. So we'll get our turbine condenser set up. And then we need to get our drone thing set up. And I forget where those are at entirely. I don't remember where they're at all. It's not there. No. Where are you, little drones? I don't know where you are. There you are. So that's an unload point, so we need this one to be the loader. I'm going to slap that over there for now, I guess. And then I need to... Can I run the basic... I always forget if I can res... Nope, I can't run the cool plasma bores. I have to run the advanced plasma bores here. Boom. Boom. Okay. Then I should be able to run that out of there. Bring that down, and I actually think put that right there instead of there, because that will just leave us a little bit more space for some activities. And bam, and bam. I still need to make nitrogen for this bad boy. All right, and you guys need nitrogen too. Cool. That's easy enough to do. So go in here. We'll do our atmospheric condenser thingy-majiggy. That's going to go there. All right, and you just need some heat. How much heat do these things need? I'm really bad at parts of this game. And by parts, I mean most of this game. All right. So the question is, do I want to use a slag heater or an electric heater? I think I'm just going to go the electric heating route for right now. These provide 8. Oh, 3. Oh, God. It's not a lot. Okay. We'll try. We'll see what we get. All right. We got that. That's going to be allowed to go there. You'll go there. We'll put a little rowdy jobby doobie, boom. And then this one, come over and go down into there. I should probably provide all these things with power, huh? That'd be a good idea. Oh, you guys need... Oh, did I do this wrong? Do they just need nitrogen? They need nitrogen. Okay, or hydrogen. Good God. All right. So I'm already not feeling good about this because I'm taking too long to get everything established, and we should be well established at this point. Like, we should be rocking and rolling, and we are not. So I am quite worried about our chances of success here, but we'll see what we got. We're only a minute really into this, which is, I suppose, a good thing for us. But we're gonna get rid of all that stuff, get rid of that, get rid of that. Oh, we're getting crushed on power here. Why are we getting crushed on power so much? That there. This is not producing any power for us right now. There we go. At least we can start sending stuff to where it needs to go. All right. That's what I wanted from that for right now. We'll have to do more, obviously, because that's just trash city right now. But, oh, hold on. Hold on. I'm dumb. We already have one down here. All right. Let's go ahead and get that ship refabricator or whatever the heck it's called. Put right there. And then I know I need tungsten, which we will get. And then we have to see what else we need here. Why does it need hydrogen? I don't understand why it needs hydrogen. That's dumb. All right, but I can't fight it. It's just what it is. So do that, and then that's gonna come like so. As long as that works. I really despise all of that stuff in this game for whatever reason. It hates me. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna get some more power. And then we'll just take this one up like so. Cool. Awesome. This area's still struggling big time. Can we get a big boy power beam in there? Oh yeah. All right, we got that. Now I just need to get the hydrogen set up, which should not be a big deal, but we'll take the moment to get that going here. Do that. Let's see. We're doing fine power-wise, but we obviously are going to have more stuff that we need to do here. Let's go ahead and get our electrolyzers, jobby doobie, set. Bam. Water City. Boop. Bing. That's going to go there. Put those both in the tanks just for funsies before we start doing anything else. All right. And then we need to provide all of this fun stuff. Power. There we go. And we are 2 minutes into game time here, but we've had to do a lot of stuff in the meantime, but hopefully we'll be all right. Still waiting on all of our items to get there. And I'm just going to redirect some of that stuff back down. There we go. Okay, we're actually making stuff now. This bad boy, let's go exploring. All right, there's just a breach up there, so that should be a pretty easy one. If we can punch in there, it'd be fine. These guys I'm just going to have gather over here for now. I am also going to outfit some additional breaches out here, not because I want to. I know I haven't responded to all the comments yet. I apologize. But those of you who complimented me on not using breaches for dumb things, thank you. I've been trying, but right now, I just want to. We've had so many losses over here for no good reason other than that I didn't have good defense set up. So I really, really, really wanted to have better defenses set there. Oh, is this side just not touching that other side? Is that why we're having weird power issues right now? There we go. Oh, we're like barely breaking even. That's a little terrifying, actually. Okay. Let's see here. What do I want to do? I don't know. All right, we need to have some backup reserve stuff there. And then we need to obviously make sure we can unload said backup reserves. Cool. Bam, 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 bam. All right. That's all well and good. Now we have some decisions to make, I think. Do I want to start setting up mech production? Is that like my next step? Do I start building defenses? What do I do here? I've been looking at our defensive options, and the beginning stages are not a big deal. What we have will be fine. Obviously, I love a good disperse for aerial stuff. It does take tungsten, so we could set one up over here and defend this area relatively well and relatively easily. So I think we're going to do that. The next things that we need to do are a little bit harder decisions because we know this is going to be an aerial attack. Anything that comes over to this area here is all going to be aerial based. So we don't have this much to worry about with that because the dispersers seem to take care of them pretty easily. As far as ground stuff goes, the Afflicts, I love them, but right now we don't have the power. But man, once we get the power, all they need is heat and power, and they do wild things. But we need to have all that other stuff going on, which we do not have currently. Lusters, I'm relatively interested in. They have nitrogen and power. That's all we need, and you can concentrate stuff. So I can really build like a strong wall of things, especially we know their ground units are going to come up from either this area or this area. I forget which one, but I think they came up this way before. So the Lusters, well, I haven't used them. They fire a continuous slow-moving target and a laser at it, and it targets the one with the highest health. Scathes, awesome targets, which is that we don't have the stuff to really go with that yet. The Smites, I don't think I've ever built a Smite either, but we don't have the stuff for that right now. And then we have the Malign, which I've never built and never seen in action, I don't think, but it looks neat. Look at that thing. Its requirements are ridiculous though. 2,400 units of power and then 140. That's nuts. So I think I'm going to take this guy out and just go exploring a little bit and just try to see if I can find some more power sources, essentially. Because we are running low on power in this area right now, and I just want to explore a little bit if I can. Okay, so there's a little power there. There's going to be bad guys up there, I know that. And then this is the other end of this base up here, I believe. Whoop, nope. We're not going to mess with you over there. Don't want to do anything crazy. Nope. See, we're getting out of there. No problem. We don't want to mess with anybody. We're friendly. We're buddies. All right, power-wise, what do we got that we can do here? The chemical chamber requires acrylite and ozone, which we don't have readily available yet. We know there's a little bit over here, and we could set up some stuff to deal with that. Might not be the worst idea in the world. And it's going to provide us how much power? 550. That's significant units of power that we have there. The paralysis generator, same idea, just that it produces almost 3 times the amount, but we have to get that acrylite over, which is a little bit of a problem, but we can do it. Luckily, slag's not a big deal. And then we have the flux reactor, which is super cool, but we don't have that. So I think our next step is power-wise, we need to build a combustion generator. It's going to exist probably somewhere over here. Before we do that, I need to make sure we actually have power over there to get things started. So we'll do a turbine condenser there. And then we can go in and get our combustion generator. And we're just going to put that. See, this is where I don't know if I should mine some of this stuff just to have it or not worry about it. But let's go ahead here. So we need to have the electrolyzer. So we got that. I need to get a pump. And we're just going to flow that right into there. Fantastic. What's next here? Make sure all the peoples and all the things have power, and then we'll go into this one, and this needs ozone. Fantastic. So I'm just going to put that right there so we can pump this one right in, and then this guy can come down and over. And I think we're out of the way of all the bad guy stuff, so we're not have to worry about that hopefully here. All right, and then I'm hoping what I can do is now take, go in our power area, get some, not turbine condenser, God help us. Get our beam guys. I just want to make sure this is able to be part of what we want to do here. There we go. That looks much better as far as our power output goes. So we have 2 eludes right now. I would like to have more. I do want to also evaluate what we're doing here overall with a lot of this stuff. This is where I get undecided about things and how I should approach them. Let's do some more of these. I'm just trying to spend a little bit of time adding defenses if I can. These are not great defenses. These are not our lifelong defenses. These are defenses just to incrementally, slowly but surely try to get better. That is the entire point of what we're doing right now. Nothing else beyond that. All right, we have, what, 3 of our beautiful, beautiful averts. This one, it's getting there slowly but surely, but we're gonna well, that wasn't worth it. I was hoping we could just fly in there and knock that out, and then we just gotta go. We gotta go for this thing. If we can knock that out, it's over for them. They're not gonna be able to do too much. All right, I've made a mistake there. That was not smart. I should have definitely not done that. But you live, you learn. Whatever. All right, so looking up here, I think we're gonna try to mine some of this stuff and set up some defensive stuff, or mine this and set up defensive stuff over here. I really like diffuses. I really like them a lot. So I think that's what I'm gonna use. I'm sorry. Don't hate me, anybody watching this who hates me when I do this, but that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so just do that. Bam, 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 bam. Beam tower. And then we should be able to just take all right, we got that. Let's go ahead and get some very basic defenses down. Unless that ends right there and I just wasted my time. But that's okay if I did. I'm not super concerned about that if I did. I just want the... Maybe it was this pathway over here that led up to... Because I know there's something over there. I just got a little confused. That's okay. Alright. So, we have our fun little base here that's not doing much of anything right now. What do I want to build next? What do I want to build next? Mechs are fun. I do like mechs. Well, let's get this stuff dug up and into the core, because where do we get in our beryllium from? Oh, we're getting it from over there. Okay. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and get a reinforced container there. Oh, not there. There. We'll do a little route action. Do that. And then over here, we can even just say, hey, you know what? You could share the load. All right. We definitely need to increase our supply of silicon as well. And I'd like to do it down here if possible. All right, so we do that. That should be fine there. And then I can grab some of these bad boys. Bam. 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 Alright, that's not going to be enough to start off with, but we'll get there. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can do with that. Only going to take forever, but that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get our cliff crusher. Crush the cliffs, crush the cliffs. We're gonna crush some cliffs today. La 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 la. Crushing the cliffs. Alright, so bam and bam, 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 bam. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I did something wrong. Okay, I actually don't need to have this route here at all anymore. That should be all fine. And then hopefully I can throw a container down here. Not a duct router. I can just throw all that stuff out. Do the same thing here. Same thing there. Okay. See, we know where they're at. We know what's going on with them. Let's see if we can actually... Forget what's up here. There has to be bad guy. Something up there, right? Oh, there's not. Cool. Well, we can at least chip away. Again, I love being annoying in video games. It is one of my favorite things to do ever. So you can see where they're going to be making their stuff. If we can just knock out most of what that is, we'll be in really good shape here. We can let that guy stay up there and attack and do the things. Should have another one or two. Yeah, there they are. See? Fantastic. Nope, we don't want to go that way because there's going to be breaches that are going to be very, very angry at us. Yep, look at that. They're starting their production. Okay, so that's what we need to start hitting them because we cannot have that happen. So we're going to try to hit that spot there. And then these two, if we can, we want to try to hit this spot right here because that will shut down production entirely for them. Ready? Go. There we go. We were effective. That's okay. That's okay. We took out one of their production spots. These guys are there, and that this guy's done. Okay. So now we should have another one coming here, hopefully real soon. I'm going to put him right there just so I can see him when he comes up. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Hopefully we can just let it run out of its ammo. Just don't go shot down. Okay, I need to build the unit thingy. And that needs to go... It's hydrogen, right? No, it's ozone. Ah, crap. Okay. Nope, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So I'll put our repair unit right there. Cool. I'm getting healed up nice and quick. And then we're going to go back up and start attacking again. If we could just eliminate a little bit of the problem areas, that would be wonderful. How much ammo does this thing have? Holy goodness. Oh, they repaired it, didn't they? They absolutely repaired it. Go, get out of there. Uh-oh. I'm getting attacked over here. Don't like that. Oh, and they're crawling over from there. Okay. Well, at least we weren't totally dumb. We're still positive power overall, so I'm okay with that. Like, if they want to wipe that out, that's fine. We'll deal with it later. But we're still on the positive side of power. And then I actually need to build real defenses there, because I forgot to do that. All right, so let me put that in there. Disperse with tungsten. We'll do its thing. Fantastic. Bam and bam. And that should take care of that potential problem that we had. right, we'll leave that as is because it doesn't really matter. I'm very frustrated that these guys are not able to defend that, so I just need to see a breach can use tungsten as well. Yes, it can. All right, so let's see what we can do to mine these easily. Impact drill just needs water. Oh, it's just yeah, it needs water. Okay. We have that. What am I doing? Let me get that going where it's supposed to go. That one will dip off there, and then we'll route that bad boy, and it should function properly. Let's replace this with just a water thingy. All right, so do that into there. This can go away. We can put a reinforced jobby doobie there, and then that guy can go there. There we go. All right, hopefully we won't have to worry about anything there now. This guy we're just going to bring over to get repaired. All right, we got 5 of them now, so we're going to bring these 2 around back like we had before. All right, hopefully those guys can keep them occupied up there for a little bit, and then these crew. Let's see. Let's take it 2 and 2. Those 2 there, these 2 here. Fantastic. Ah! All right, so we're going to go in and try to knock that out. You guys are going to go try to knock that out. You guys are going to go try to knock that out as well. Go. Holy crap, that's ridiculous. Okay, we just need to attack that thing, I think, but we're not doing so hot. All right. I think I'm going to pause here. I'm very tired. I'm barely functioning right now, and I'm not doing a good job. So we already lost this again. I've wasted resources there. I just want to take a pause and hopefully come back. I have not built what I need to build, I don't think, yet, and I'm not feeling real good about this run, but we'll see what happens in the future. But as always, guys, thanks so much for all the comments and all the things. Please keep them coming. I read all of them, and the ones that are in other languages, I translate so I can figure out what the heck you're saying, because I speak one language and one very little bit of German, but barely a little. Ein bitte, Deutsch. So, folks, thank you so much for joining me as always. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.